Welcome back. You know that thing of where it's cabin fever? You kind of invite all the friends in your neighborhood over because
no one shows up.
Well, you can't get out, so
You're stuck.
I feel like that's what we've done on this show. All the great people who live close and could make it here safely are here today.
That way.
Right. So, Bo, you're here, and you've got another cocktail. Earlier, we enjoyed the Irish coffee.
Irish coffee, we did that one.
This one's a more a traditional hot toddy.
Hot toddy. Not a hottie toddy. A lot of people will say that. This is a hot toddy. And the epitome of a hot toddy, it's super old. It goes back to the early 1600s, Jason.
Okay, wow.
Back into British-occupied India. It actually comes from the word toddy, which is T-A-D-D-Y. It's a Hindi word.
Okay.
Which kind of means like a beverage with a warm beverage with spices and spirits, right? And then as it's evolved, like in, I think, 1776 is when the hot toddy, as we know it, was kind of coined as a term. But somewhere along the way, in America, we kind of watered it down and screwed it up, and we think that we invented it. And we got rid of the one important thing, spices.
Okay.
Like, you know, everybody's like, it's just hot water, whiskey, and lemon.
Right.
No, you're missing the best parts of a hot toddy. Yes, it does have those things. I like to use a good, solid, you know, medium proof bourbon.
Right.
Don't go with 100 overproof. Don't go with barrel strength. And don't do anything super top shelf either because you're just kind of messing it up. Just get you a good, competent bourbon. Honey is really important. Local if you've got it.
Okay, so this viscosity of this doesn't look like honey, though, to me.
This is a honey syrup.
Okay.
So again, cutting it equal parts, 1 and 1 with water to make it easy to pour. This is what we use in a bar. If you've got honey at home, just use that. You just stir it a little longer. But this is for speed when you're in a bar setting.
Gotcha.
Some fresh squeezed lemon juice. If you've got some lemons or a juicer, you can do that right there. And then your spices. So what I like to do with my hot toddies is, you know, I'll add about an ounce and a half of bourbon. We're going to do an ounce because, you know, we gotta drive later.
We got to drive home in this icy condition, right?
And I like to throw in like an anise pod. If you've got an anise pod, you'll throw that in there.
Can you pick those up at like Liquor World? Where can you get anise pods?
You can pick up anywhere like a grocery store,
okay.
Ozark Natural Foods, somewhere that has whole spices. And then, this is my personal secret.
Yeah.
When you're making your hot water,
the big secrets.
I know. Throw in a handful of whole cloves. You know, make a little bit of like kind of a clove tea, right?
Okay. So the cloves are already in there. You put those in?
Cloves are in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I like to. Your kettle is a leaky kettle. I'm pouring
you're
both
two at once.
the same time.
I planned that.
But this is another thing that I like to do. I like to pour some of the hot water in with the anise pod so that it can kind of get some of those aromatics out, and then I add my juice because I don't want to cool the drink as much as possible with the cold juice. So a ½ ounce of lemon, and then we'll get our sweetener, about a ½ ounce of that honey or honey syrup.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get that in the drink, and I'll just do like that.
Yes.
Sweeten to taste, whatever you like. Okay. Let that cook. Add a little bit more of that water, and let's see if we can do that double pour.
Look at that double stream.
Man, that's talent. Look at your
that is something.
Leaky
well,
kettle,
you know,
Jason.
It's been around a while. It's got a lot of history on it. You're going to taste the age.
I hope not. And then, another thing, get a cinnamon stick, and then use that cinnamon stick to stir your drink. Right there, you've got your whiskey, you've got your honey, you've got your lemon, you've got your clove water, an anise pod, cinnamon stick, and then you can throw in a little lemon.
A little dash of lemon at the end.
And then you just, the longer it sits, the hotter that water is, the more delicious it's going to be. You're going to be warmed up. You're going to impress your friends because this is how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And you can taste the difference. This is not your Nana's, like, cold remedy. Like,
right.
My first thing was like, oh, a hot toddy, and my grandma was like, oh, you got a stuffy nose at age 8, here's whiskey. And I was like, no.
I learned a lot about you today.
This is actually delicious.
Cheers. Yeah, absolutely.
See.
That is delicious. The spices make it.
They come alive.
You got to try one. Absolutely.